Algorithm to insert a node at a position of single linked list. So we need to insert a node after a particular node in single linked list. There can be two cases in this. So first is the search node is not found. So if the search node is not found, we will not be able to insert a node after a position. So look at, in this case, we have a set of nodes in the single linked list. And now we are searching for a node D, and after D we need to insert a node. So definitely our node is having values, our single linked list is having values A, B and C, and we don't have a value D. So we won't be able to perform the insertion operations. So in this case we make a node pointer to point to first node and checks whether this PTR data, which is A, which is equal to D, what we are searching for. So if it is not matching, we simply make the node pointer to go to next node one after another. Here also it is not matching because here the value is D. We are actually searching for D. After D we have to insert. So make the pointer to go to next. Here also data is not matching. We are searching for D. It is not equal to D. So make the pointer to go to next. Once it reaches to null, we can say that it's an invalid position. We are not able to insert a node after D. Now the second case is if the search node is found. So that means we want to insert, in this case for example, if you want to insert a node after the node B. So definitely there is a node which is having a value B. So we have to perform the iterations to locate the node B. First of all, again repeat the traverse operations. We have to make a node pointer to start at the first node, begin node. Now we compare the data. Now the data is A, which is not matching with B. If it's not matching, we have to make a node pointer to move further. Now here what happened, we got the data at PTR data. PTR data is now B, which is matching with what we are searching for. That means we found the match. Now at this place we have to insert a new node. After the node B, we need to insert a new node. For this purpose, once we found a match where we want to insert, we will first create a temporary node. Now this temporary node again will be having two parts, the data and next part. In the data part, we can first store the value, what we want to insert, the new node, what we want to create. Now we have to make some connections. What the connections we have to make is, the D should points to C because the D has to be inserted after B. So the order should be A, B, D and C. So what we have to do, temp next. The next part of temp should points to PTR next. What is PTR next in this case? PTR is pointing to B. So PTR next will be pointing to C. The next node after B. So the next node after B is node C. So to make a connections from the temp, what we have to do, temp next equals PTR next. So D will points to C in this case. Now one more connections we have to do, from B we have to make a connection to temp. So PTR is currently pointing to B node, PTR next should points to temp. So that this node will get inserted in between B and C. Node is inserted at a particular position after a value. So first is A, then B, then we have D, then we have C. So we have inserted a node at a position after a particular value. This is an algorithm to insert a node at a position of single linked list. We are writing the algorithm inside a function which is named as insert at position, POS, which takes two parameters. First one is X, the data what we want to put in the node, and val is the value after which we need to insert X. Now we need to locate value. So in order to locate value, what we do, we create a node pointer, and this node pointer has to start from first node begin. So node pointer PTR equals to begin. Now during the search operations, what we do, the conditions, if the PTR is not equal to null, that means it's pointing to a valid node, it's not gone to end, and PTR data is not equals val. If it's not equals to the val what we are searching for, simply makes the pointer to go to the next node. So during the search operations, during this iteration inside the while loop, the PTR will simply move to the next. Maybe it will reach us to null and will stop, or maybe it will stop when we found a match data. So if PTR data becomes equal to the val what we are searching for, then it will stop the further movement of PTR to the next node. So after this while loop, the PTR will either becomes null because there are no node what we are searching for, or maybe it will stop at a particular node where the match has found. If PTR data is equal to val, it will stop the PTR at that particular node. Now once this is done, once this while loop is done, we can check what is the value of PTR. If PTR has gone to null, that means we have not found the match. The value is not present, the val is not present in any of the node. So we can simply say that it's an invalid position. We won't be able to insert a node after val. Else that means the val is present in one of the node and PTR has reached to that particular node. If that is the case, first we create a temporary node. TMP is a temporary node which will be having two parts, the data part and next part. First we store the data part. The value, the x is the value what we want to store, that we will store into the data part of TMP, newly created node. Now the temp next should come and point to PTR next. Wherever the PTR is there, its next should be pointed. So temp next equals PTR next. Now PTR next should come and points to temp. So PTR next equals temp. This way we can make the connection so that a new node will get inserted after a particular node value. To insert a node at a position of single linked list, traverse the single linked list from beginning of single linked list using a node pointer PTR to locate the position of the desired node, after which a new node has to be inserted. Two cases can occur during the traversal. First case, if the search node is not found, that is if node pointer PTR is null after traversal, then mention it is an invalid position. If search node is found, that is if node pointer PTR is pointing to a node after traversal. So during the search, if we found the node what we are searching for, the node pointer PTR will stop at a particular node. If it is stopping at a particular node, here we can insert a new temporary node. So first we will create a free node named as temp, and we keeps the data into that data part of TMP. We store the element into the data part of TMP. Now we have to make the connections. To make the connection, first make next part of TMP, that is TMP next to point to PTR next. And then next, make next part of PTR, that is PTR next to point to temp. So two connections we have to make. One is temp next should points to PTR next, and PTR next should come and point to temp, so that it will get joined after a particular node.